What's going on, guys? CultofMush back at it with another video. In this video, I want to talk about the reality of maxing out a game, meaning turning up all the graphical settings that a game has. And I think this topic is very relevant with the release of Rise of the Tomb Raider. That game has a lot of different settings to tweak from, some a bit controversial with things like pure hair and ambient occlusion HBAO+. And I just want to cover that for a second. And it seems like a lot of people do get upset when games like Rise of the Tomb Raider, Witcher 3, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Fallout 4 include settings that are really demanding to even the highest end video cards on the market. With Rise of the Tomb Raider, like I said, you have pure hair and HBAO+. With Witcher 3, we had the hair works. Assassin's Creed Syndicate also had a variety of different features, and these settings, if you turn them on, really cripple your frame rate, no matter the video card that you use. I myself have a GTX 970, which is heralded as one of the best 1080p video cards, and if I max out Rise of the Tomb Raider, if I turn up all the pure hair settings, if I turn on HBAO+, and I turn on all the different settings, I can't get a consistent 60 frames per second. In actuality, sometimes it'll dip below 40 frames per second. And that pisses a lot of people off, knowing that you bought a $300 video card and the fact that you can't max out the latest games and get 60 frames per second. For some people, that is a tough pill to swallow. And I do kind of understand that if you do spend $1,000 or $1,500 on a gaming PC, one would expect to max out every game at least 1080p and get 60 frames per second. But what I think is a big issue, especially with PC gamers, it's that a lot of people have this obsession with maxing out a game at 1080p and getting 60 frames per second, when people have to understand that a lot of these developers, these settings that they're including, things like HBAO+, pure hair, Witcher's Hairworks, these are very advanced technology and it is demanding on your machine. Now, why would a developer include settings like this? Does it make any sense to include settings that only extremely high-end PCs can really take advantage of? Well, yeah, it does make sense for a lot of reasons. First of all, you're giving that option to people with extremely high-end PCs. Second of all, it's not like a game releases for a month and you only have that 1 month window to play it. No, there are going to be more graphics cards in the future, and say 2-3 years down the line, there will be video cards that come out that will be mid-level, that will be able to run Rise of the Tomb Raider with all the settings turned up and get 60 frames per second. So in a sense, developers adding settings like this to a game almost future-proofs the game. I know that kind of sounds weird, but it future-proofs it in a sense where mid-level video cards will finally be able to utilize a game's full potential and max out everything. Now, I can understand where people get upset with things like Nvidia getting better performance or getting exclusive features. That's a topic that I won't cover in this video, and at this point, it's pretty much been beaten to death, so I won't cover that. But it's not like you have to max out a game. Like, Rise of the Tomb Raider looks amazing even if you have pure hair turned off, if you have ambient occlusion HBAO+ off. And I think it is sometimes an issue with PC gamers that sometimes we can't enjoy a game and we're just so wrapped up on, oh my god, I need to max out this game, I need to get 60 frames per second. If I can't do that, then I'm playing at console pleb settings and I don't want to be doing that. That's not the case at all. I played Rise of the Tomb Raider on the Xbox One, and trust me, the way I'm playing the PC version, it's much better than the console version. So some of you guys that get pissed off about things like Hairworks, things like pure hair, things like HBAO+, just turn the settings off and maybe revisit the games in a year, 2, 3 years down the line when new video cards are out and you upgraded your GTX 970 to whatever $300 video card is out at that time, and then revisit these games. But right now, yes, those settings are pretty much exclusive to people with the highest end PCs. Is that bad? No. Like I said, it future-proofs PCs, it gives those people that do have extremely high-end PCs value and reasoning in why they built those PCs, so it's not a bad thing at all. Just turn the goddamn settings off. It's not a big deal. When you see games dropping below 60 FPS on a GTX 970, while they're running some of these higher-end games at max setting, that shouldn't really put you off. This is something I noticed with Total Biscuit's latest video. He was defending the Rise of the Tomb Raider port, and people noticed that the frame rate sometimes dipped below 60. And yes, he does have a GTX 980 Ti, but like I said, maxing out everything in Rise of the Tomb Raider, that's gonna put a lot of strain on your video card. And it's something only extremely high-end PCs can handle. We're talking 2 GTX 980 Ti, something like that. So yeah, at this point, I'm pretty much rambling. That's pretty much my stance on maxing out games and all these different settings that games have been offering. The whole thing about people shitting on Nvidia for securing these deals, that's a whole other video entirely. But games having these demanding settings isn't a bad thing, and I see people complain about it a lot. Just turn the settings off, enjoy the game, and continue on with your life. It's not that big of a deal. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you guys disliked, obviously hit that dislike button. Comment your requests for future videos, and as always, guys, have a great day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.